Hello and welcome to PlayStation Access. My name is Ash and I'm joined by Alex.
Hello.
Who's just been to a very exclusive CONTROL Resonant preview, and he's going to tell us all of the things he loved about it.
I'm very excited. There are lots of cool things that were shown to us. I'm going to try to keep it concise, so I've boiled it down to maybe 6 things that I saw that I thought were brilliant that we should talk about. I can get started immediately if you'd like.
Go for it, Alex. Please do.
We're jumping straight in. We got a little bit more information about Dylan's weapon. So our new protagonist, Dylan, has this weapon called the Aberrant, which is kind of like, it doesn't really have a physical form. It's like a paranatural is the way it was described, a paranatural weapon, and it can like shapeshift. So what this means is, mid-combo, while you're hitting things with this weapon, it can transform from dual daggers into a big hammer, into a spear.
That's pretty cool.
It's like really cool. And I'm the kind of player that normally likes more agile weapons, but I'm thinking maybe I should start to mix it up and get some big hammer slams in there, you know?
Why not?
And this looks really cool, and you can build combos like that. I can't wait to see what weird, wacky combinations people come up with the Aberrant. I think that opens up a whole realm of cool combat opportunities, which is awesome.
Sounds very exciting.
Oh, I can't wait. Speaking of like cool weaponry and people digging into this stuff and having fun with it, there's going to be a lot of build variety in the game as well. There are 3 skill trees: combat, weaponry, and talents.
Talents?
Talents.
Like
talents,
karaoke?
Well, oh yeah. yeah, why not? Dylan, he's a talented chap, who knows? It seems like there's going to be lots of different ways that you can spec Dylan and sort of curate the way that he fights. We were shown during this the event like a summoning build, and he was managing to summon little portals that were shooting enemies for him.
Oh.
There are like ranged attacks that he can sort of, if he hits enemies with the Aberrant, he can build up a sort of gauge that he can then use for ranged attacks or other abilities. So there's all sorts of things sprinkled on top of the weapon-based combat.
That's fun.
Which is really, really cool. Leading on from that again, I think the third point that I wrote down was, this is not a Souls-like. Some of the fighting and the boss fights, people might immediately think, oh, this makes me think of a Souls-like.
Right.
The devs were at pains to say, like, we don't want this game to be difficult. We want it to be focused on action and aggression. There's not like a parrying system. There are some like talents around dodging attacks and how that can sort of be used to then power up your own attacks. Mm-hmm. But the emphasis is on the player sort of dictating how fights go. You know, you're not waiting for the boss to do certain things. You can be really aggressive and sort of seize the opportunity to really be on the front foot.
Nice. How do you feel about it not being a Souls-like?
I'm into it.
Okay.
it. I think it hopefully we'll have some nice B-roll over this bit and people can see the combat. I'm really excited. I think it looks to me like almost a little bit of Devil May Cry, maybe a little bit of Prototype, if people remember that game from the PS3 era. Mm-hmm. It reminded me of that kind of stuff, that very sort of on the front foot. You're the one that sort of applies pressure to the enemy, and you can do all sorts of cool combos and just do loads of damage. I think it looks like there's going to be a really fun combat system here, and I'm into it.
That sounds cool.
Yes, number 4 was that this is not an open world, and it's more like an open zone structure.
Right, okay.
And that sort of means that, you know, the areas can be explored and there's cool things to uncover that might reveal some lore. What's happened to Manhattan? What's happened to this city?
Fun.
But yeah, there's side activities and side quests, but again, the devs were keen to point out that they didn't want this stuff to feel like busy work, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that every quest and activity has a function and a sort of adds layers to the mystery and to the characters and to the lore of Manhattan and what has happened here, and everything is very carefully curated and crafted, so it all feels purposeful.
That sounds good. I like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and of course I mentioned Manhattan. It's really fascinating how they've managed to transform Manhattan and make it feel like the oldest house.
Right.
The sort of supernatural threats have spilled out into the city. The hiss are everywhere. The mold is back. FBC have set up. They're trying to contain this thing, and so they've got camps everywhere. So you've got this city that's sort of layered with all of the control goodness.
Right, okay.
It feels very controlled, but on a bigger scale. It's really a really cool blend.
So it feels like they've gone from Arkham to City.
Yeah, that's a really good comparison. Yeah, I like that. Write that down. And then my final point was that, yes, there are boss fights, as I mentioned. We were shown one boss fight that looked really cool. It was sort of against the boss fights are called Resonants.
Okay.
So
that's the name of the game?
That's the name of the game. And they are the sort of the key main boss fights of the game. The one we were shown was kind of like an agile humanoid thing with like one in each hand, 2 little weapons. And it was, Dylan it was all about movement and sort of building up combos and finding those windows. It was really, really cool to see it. But there was this emphasis on Dylan being on the front foot, the player controlling the combat and using their combos and abilities on top of each other to overwhelm the opponent and do lots of damage. It's really, really cool. And finally, once defeated, the boss, you can like absorb and use some of the boss's abilities going forward.
Oh, that's cool.
There's going to be all sorts of cool opportunities, I think, to use boss abilities going forward in the game. So lots of cool stuff. I'm really excited to see more. There's going to be it's going to be a brilliant Remedy game. There's going to be loads of cool things in there, but this was very much focused on the combat side of things, and I'm super into it. I can't wait for more. I'm out of breath talking about it because I'm excited. I can't stop talking.
We're really excited about Control Resonant here at PlayStation Access, so make sure you like this video and subscribe to PlayStation Access to see more Control Resonant in the run-up to and around launch of the game. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.